So Prickly Motorsports sells this brake kit. It's the LBX Moto brake kit. And this is basically the brakes that would be on an Ultra B. You can now run on a Light B, an eride Pro, and a Telerio. So this is what comes in the kit when you buy the LBX Moto brake kit. You get the front master caliper and line, as well as the rear master caliper and line. What you have to do if you want to get the 230 oversized rotors from Prickly as well is buy them separately. And then if you want to get the 250 mil dorsal fin attachment, you can do that too. I paid about $1,000 shipped to Hawaii. It does come with some hardware as well. So this is for the rear sprocket. The front, I do have titanium bolts. It didn't come with front. This is for the dorsal fin, these 3 screws. One is shorter, and here is the diagram for that. You do want to put the shorter one in this one over here. And then these 2 bolts are for the front caliper. So we're gonna do a quick install and then review on these. I did have 2 Ultra Bs prior to this, and one of the best things about the Ultra B was the brakes. So we're gonna be swapping it over to my eride Pro that I have. And I already have Hope Tech V4s front and rear, which are really good. I haven't really had any issues with them. I mean, a little bit of overheating here and there, but they've been actually really well. But I'd like to change out to this kit. So let's see how easy this is gonna be. So first thing we're gonna do is take the front rim off, put the rotor on that, and then we will take the master off and the line and run it and get the front rim back on. So I got the old rotor off, the new rotor on. I do recommend picking up blue Loctite. They don't supply bolts for this. I did have my own titanium bolts. So I just use the titanium bolts, and the rotor goes right on. So now we're gonna work on mounting the cable. Basically just run it the exact same way that it was ran for your stock brakes. To mount the new caliper, you are gonna need to grab the 2 supplied bolts that it does come with. In order to mount this caliper, you will have to separate the bracket, which is super easy. Just pull on the bracket and it comes right off. Okay, so after you pull the caliper apart, it is gonna go on this direction with this like this. So we're just gonna go ahead and screw that in now with the new supplied screws. And then the way this goes back on is going to be this way with the line facing up, and it just slides right on. There is nothing that holds this. When the caliper is in, it's impossible for it to fall out. So go ahead and slide this back in. All right, so this is what it looks with the front brake on. Like I said, you want to route it around, zip tie it right here to this point, and then just follow it up. And we got it mounted to the bars now. So that's how I have mine situated. I don't know if you're gonna want yours that far over, but I like my grip to be grabbing the end of the bars when I have my hand on it. So feel free to move that over more if that's what you would like. And then what I ended up doing here is it's a triple zip tie. So it's a zip tie going around the tube, a zip tie going around this, and then a zip tie connecting the 2. And I just did that twice, and that's gonna allow, when this fork compresses, it's gonna allow it to go through here. So you don't really need that, but it was like way over here, and I didn't want to catch it on a tree or anything. So to do the rear, I've taken apart the master from the line, and I put a piece of paper towel through it just so that it doesn't leak. I might have to bleed it a little bit, but this is far faster than taking out the battery, taking out the bottom. So what you're gonna wanna do is take off the skid plate, and then right here there's a motor mount, and this will drop. Then you can pull this through, put it up over it, and then reconnect the motor mount. Then you don't have to take out the battery and this plate and all that stuff. And it's well out of the way. You're not gonna ever have it come in contact with anything. So if you wanna do it the right way, take everything off, but I'm gonna save myself like 45 minutes and not bother with that. So one thing I am having to do, because I'm running these hand protectors, and this stock Ultra B has these plastic pieces that you can run those style, but it interferes. So what I had to do was just use a one of these right here, and basically I just trimmed it, and then because you can see how tight the clearance is, now it fits no problem. So I'm gonna work on that right now. This line is already ran, so I ran it through above that motor mount up here. Still gotta attach it over here, and then it's gonna go up to the bars. And next we're gonna take the rear wheel off and get the new sprocket on, so from a 54 to a 58, and then get the new rotor on, and also the disc guard as well. Okay, so just as a reminder, like it shows here in the picture, how this is. When you buy the dorsal fin, you want to put the two long ones on the left and the smaller one on the right, and do make sure that you blue Loctite these. All right, it is done. So got the rear on. So what I ended up doing is running it to the stock bolt that's right here, and then this was kind of getting really close to the belt drive, so I just drilled two small holes right here into kind of like behind the battery, just real small, and then put the zip tie around it, and then secured the hose so that it's up and out of the way, and so it comes up like this and then comes down, and it goes through here again over that bolt, runs up. I have a zip tie right here, and then the stock location is bolted right here, the other stock location, and then it runs up through the triple trees and then here to the handlebars. So that's how I have my setup. So it's, the brakes are always the fourth one over, just like this. So they're the fourth one over, and I really like it. I got the new chain on and the 58 tooth sprocket. So it's like 10 o'clock at night, so I'm going to go for a rip tomorrow morning, probably before work, and then we can see how this is. So another trick you can do when you're finished with everything, if you notice that your levers are just a little bit spongy, what you can do is zip tie your front brake lever, not all the way closed, but enough. Leave it overnight, and then for this one, just lock it into place. Just let it out super slow, and then your brake feel is going to be improved by so much. Cool trick a friend taught me. Another side note, if you want to get rid of the clicking when you pull your lever, so it's this little sensor right here. So every time you pull the lever, you're going to hear that click. Every single time you pull the lever on the left and the right. So it's just a little Phillips screw that's attached right here. You're just gonna pull that off, and then you won't have the clicking anymore. And the only reason you'd actually want to keep that is if you were gonna run a brake light that can be wired in. So you'd have to run wires for all that and everything. I don't plan on doing that. So just to get rid of that annoying sound, I took both sides off. So let's get it out there and go for a rip and test these things out. Finally have a little bit of time between showers. This has been raining non-stop, so saying that these brakes are overkill is yeah, they're way overkill. They're great, and that's exactly what I was looking for. So this is front brake. Basically just locks the front if I pull too hard, which is amazing. That's what I want. It's to have the power, but not to use all of it. And then the rear brake, yep, locks up. So what you want to do to bed in your brakes, I already bed my brakes last night, and then that's when I decided that I wanted to do that trick with the zip ties, just because it felt a little spongy in the brakes. It feels way better now. But basically what you're going to be doing is just riding around 15-20 miles an hour, and then just pulling your front and left brake, not to a stop, but you want to just get it to where you're slowing down. And then you're just going to want to repeat that about 5 or 6 times. Give about a 5-minute break. Do it about 5-6 times. 5-minute break, 5-6 times. Do that about 3 to 4 times. You're going to notice that your brakes are going to be getting much better. The pad is actually transferring material to the rotor, which is then causing it to actually grab better. So yeah, that's one finger and I can go over the bars. Sprocket feels nice too. Putting that 58 tooth from a 54, noticeably different. But yeah, I can't wait to go into the trails and test this thing out. Brakes are awesome! Alright, more videos will be coming out. More talking about my channel, what's been going on. My new bike obviously is the eride Pro, and much more coming in the future. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If so, leave a like or a comment. If you got any questions on anything, I have no problem helping anyone out. And yeah, subscribe if you want.